Stay with me until the very end of this report, because in the final part, I will share my own personal opinion about this story. And believe me, it may shock you. But before we get there, let's carefully unfold everything step by step. Do not skip, do not rush, because the details you are about to hear are unlike anything you expected. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, because what we are about to discuss is the kind of inside celebrity story that doesn't just inform you. It pulls you deep into a world of secrets, decisions, family fears, and the relentless spotlight of fame. The name is already enough to catch attention. Cardi B. She is not only a Grammy-winning rapper, not only a global phenomenon, but also a cultural figure. And once again, Cardi B has made headlines, this time not for her music or her controversies, but for something deeply personal, something that connects her fame to one of life's most intimate realities, motherhood. But the way she revealed this secret, and the reason why she kept it hidden even from her parents, is what makes this story truly remarkable. Imagine being at the peak of fame. Cameras are following you. Fans are speculating about every small change in your appearance, every pause you take in a performance, every word you post online. Now imagine that during this time, you discover you are pregnant, but you are not ready to tell anyone. Not your fans, not your family, not even your parents. This is exactly the position Cardi B found herself in. In an exclusive interview with CBS Mornings, hosted by the iconic Gayle King, Cardi B sat down and for the very first time opened up about her decision to remain silent about her pregnancy. The rapper, who has already become a mother 3 times before, admitted that this time she wanted full control of the narrative. She wanted to choose the exact moment, the exact platform, and the exact context in which the world would hear the news. She explained her reasoning clearly, but emotionally. Can I just say it on my own time? Like, I'm not hiding. On my time, on my own terms. Let me close some deals first. These words reveal much more than just a desire for privacy. They show the business mind behind the celebrity. For Cardi B, pregnancy is not just a personal journey. It is also connected to contracts, negotiations, brand deals, and the timing of a career that never stops moving. She needed the space to secure her professional commitments before the headlines took over. But this decision had a ripple effect. By keeping the news hidden, she also delayed telling her parents. And here comes one of the most surprising confessions. During an interview, Cardi B openly admitted that as of the recording, she had not yet informed her mother and father about the pregnancy. Let that sink in. The world, or at least a respected national platform like CBS, would hear about her pregnancy before her own parents did. Why? Because she was afraid. Afraid not of judgment from fans, not of gossip columns, but of the very people who raised her. She even laughed nervously and said, "They just be looking at me. I'm very scared of my parents." Now this revelation takes us deeper into the psychology of fame. Cardi B, who is often seen as fearless, outspoken, and unfiltered, suddenly reveals a vulnerable side. A daughter still afraid of disappointing her parents, still hesitant to reveal big life changes. This detail makes the story more human, more relatable, and at the same time, more shocking, because one might expect her to feel untouchable. But there was also clarification. Her parents' feelings toward Stefan Diggs, her partner and the father of this child, were not the reason for her secrecy. Cardi B made it clear that her parents actually like him. This relationship with Diggs, a professional football player and father to a young daughter from a previous relationship, is new territory for Cardi. She is stepping into blended family life, balancing her own 3 children with Offset, her estranged husband, with Diggs' daughter, and now preparing to welcome a new child together. The timeline of this family is intricate. With Offset, Cardi B shares daughter Culture Kiari, son Wave Set, and daughter Blossom Bell, born just last year. Offset himself has children from earlier relationships, expanding the family tree even more. Now with baby number 4 on the way for Cardi, the dynamics are becoming even more layered. And yet, even in the middle of this personal transformation, because here is where the story takes an even bigger turn. While most people might decide to take a break, to step away from the spotlight, Cardi B is doing the exact opposite. She is preparing for a massive 32-city tour. Yes, you heard that right. While pregnant, and soon after giving birth, Cardi B plans to hit the road, performing live for thousands of fans night after night. Her statement in the interview was bold, confident, and direct. "I'm very ready. Even when I'm pregnant, I'm very, very ready. Because I'm getting my body ready. I stretch it out. I stretch so as soon as I give birth, tour rehearsal starts." Yeah, I don't come from weak women. These words are not just motivation, they are a manifesto. Cardi B is aligning her motherhood with her career, showing that for her, one does not stop the other. She intends to be both a mother of 4 and a touring superstar. And let's not forget the humor she added, turning her pregnancy announcement into a clever promotion. By the way, now that I talked about it, y'all better get my album. Y'all wanted to know, right? Now you know. Now y'all can buy my album, so I can buy Pampers and diapers and all that type of stuff. I told y'all. Now go support my album, 'cause I'm a mother of 4 now. Here is where the narrative becomes even more intriguing. Cardi B is transforming what could have been just a private revelation into a multi-layered moment. A family confession, a media headline, a career strategy, and a business move. She is using the news to build momentum for her upcoming album, to energize fans ahead of her tour, and to control the public perception of her personal life. And yet, at the heart of all of this is a simple truth. She kept the pregnancy certainty that the deals were signed, certainty that she could reveal the news on her own terms. This resonates beyond fame, beyond celebrity culture. It is a reminder that even the most visible figures crave control over their private moments. But let's pause here and reflect on the setting of this revelation. This was not leaked on social media. This was not exposed through paparazzi photos. This was not whispered in gossip blogs. This was Cardi B, sitting across from Gayle King, one of the most respected interviewers in American media, and opening up with her own words. That choice of platform, that choice of timing, adds yet another layer. It's not just what she said, it's where and how she said it. So what does this mean for her fans? It means that the Cardi B they thought they knew, raw, unfiltered, endlessly outspoken, is also strategic. Certainty that the deals were signed. Certainty that she could reveal the news on her own terms. This resonates beyond fame, beyond celebrity culture. It is a reminder that even the most visible figures crave control over their private moments. But let's pause here and reflect on the setting of this revelation. This was not leaked on social media. This was not exposed through paparazzi photos. This was not whispered in gossip blogs. This was Cardi B, sitting across from Gayle King, one of the most respected interviewers in American media, and opening up with her own words. That choice of platform, that choice of timing, adds yet another layer. It's not just what she said, it's where and how she said it. So what does this mean for her fans? It means that the Cardi B they thought they knew, raw, unfiltered, endlessly outspoken, is also strategic, private when she wants to be, and still very much a daughter, worried about her parents' reactions. It's a side of her we don't often see. And what does it mean for her future? It means that her identity as an artist is becoming even more intertwined with her identity as a mother. The narrative is no longer just about songs and performances. It is about family, resilience, and the balance between private life and public stage. Now, let me remind you once again, make sure you are subscribed, because this is only the unfolding of the story. You don't want to miss the final part, where I will share my own personal opinion about this news. And I promise you, my take may shock you. Keep watching, because that conclusion will connect all the dots in a way you may not expect. And now, as promised, here is my personal opinion about this entire story. To be completely honest, I think Cardi B's decision to keep her pregnancy a secret, not just from the media, not just from fans, but even from her own parents, tells us something much bigger than just a celebrity. It tells us about the immense pressure that fame puts on people, even people who seem untouchable, fearless, and unstoppable. Cardi has built her entire career on being bold, outspoken, unfiltered, and yet when it came to something as personal as carrying a child, she became silent, hesitant, and even afraid. That contradiction is not a weakness. It is, in fact, a brutal reminder that fame does not erase humanity. I also believe there is something almost shocking about the way Cardi chose to reveal this news. She didn't let paparazzi catch her. She didn't drop hints on social media. She didn't even let the gossip cycle have a chance to spin its rumors. She waited. She controlled the narrative. She sat down in front of Gayle King, one of the most respected journalists, and she owned the moment. In my opinion, that is not just strategy, that is power. Cardi B showed that she is not, and that is a lesson many celebrities should pay attention to. But here's the part that might surprise you. I don't think this story is only about privacy or career strategy. I think it is also about fear. Real, human fear. The fact that Cardi admitted she was scared of telling her parents shows us something raw, something unexpected. She is 32 years old, a global superstar, a mother already. And still, she trembles at the thought of facing her parents with such news. Some might laugh at that, but I see it differently. I see it as proof that no matter how famous you are, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many awards you win, you never stop being somebody's child. You never stop seeking approval. You never stop carrying that quiet fear of letting down the people who raised you. And that, to me, is what makes this story so powerful. At the same time, I find it think about it. She tied the announcement of her pregnancy to her album, to her tour, to her image as a strong woman who does not stop for anything, not even childbirth. Some people may criticize her for mixing personal life with business promotion. But in my opinion, this is exactly why Cardi B has lasted so long at the top of the game. She understands that in today's world, stories are currency, and she knows how to turn her life into a headline that feeds her career. Like it or not, she is a master of this game. And finally, let me say this. There is something undeniably inspiring about the way she refuses to slow down. Cardi B is not just having her fourth child. She is preparing for a 32-city tour, ready to go on stage almost immediately after giving birth. Some will call this reckless. Some will call it irresponsible. But I see it as a declaration. She is telling the world, motherhood will not define me as weak. It will She is sending a message not only to her fans, but to the entire entertainment industry, that women can be mothers and powerhouses at the same time. That pregnancy is not a pause, it is part of the journey. So yes, my opinion is this. Cardi B's story is not just gossip. It is a mirror held up to the pressures of fame, the struggles of family, the strategies of survival in the spotlight, and the strength of a woman who refuses to let any circumstance control her. And while you may agree or disagree with her methods, one thing is clear. Cardi B once again managed to shock us, surprise us, and force us to see the raw humanity behind the glitter of celebrity life. That is my view. And perhaps, just perhaps, it's not Cardi's secrecy that should shock us most, but the realization that in her fear, her strategy, and her strength, she is more like us than we ever imagined.